Hi everybody, my name is Davyd Farrell and I'm a quantum plant alchemist and plant medicine man. And today I want to share with you in this brief update some of the news and information coming from the world of quantum plant healing, which is a revolutionary, pioneering new way of working with plants that has been developed by myself and the team over at QPH. And we've been working over the last 6 months with a global group of people for a series of immersions that I've talked about here on the YouTube channel, but also at the quantumplanthealing.com website. And of course, many of you have already signed up to that and either participating in the immersions or maybe joining some of the monthly live calls that we've been doing. And of course, many of you are probably watching this video here on my YouTube channel after maybe watching one of my videos with astrologers like Pam Gregory or Kelly Hunter, or maybe some of the other interviews and podcasts that I've been doing over the last 6 or 7 months. And really a lot of that work has been about sharing the quantum plant intelligence that nature has to really offer us right now, and to help guide us through what is a very, very challenging, chaotic, and even possibly slightly messy periods that we're all experiencing. And one of the reasons for putting this video out today, and also the things that I'm going to be sharing with you, are really a response to what here at QPH we've been perceiving going on for ourselves at the energetic level, also at the physical level, and what we perceive going on for many other people too. And, you know, really, I've been receiving over the course of the last, particularly the last 2 or 3 weeks, but particularly the last few months, an increasing number of correspondences and messages and emails from people who've been experiencing what we can say are unpleasant or toxic phenomenons, or heavy energies or anxieties, or possibly even all of those, and not always really understanding why. And, you know, one of the things in my work is to be constantly talking to nature and to the plant intelligence, particularly the quantum level, by working with my plants that help me to do that. And so when situations like this arise, where I suddenly have a deluge of information coming from my various contacts and clients and students and friends, all saying similar things, and I'm also experiencing similar things myself, my first course of action is normally to go and sit quietly with my plant friends and start asking questions. And as a consequence, normally I get answers. Sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes it's a process that has to be worked through. But because of the sequence of immersions that was gifted to us by the plants, and that was shared and held through the formats on the QPH website, working in the sequence with dandelion, with the artemisias, with the elder tree, and then with the yew tree, but also being guided to insert the yarrow throat chakra immersion into the mix as well. A whole group of us globally have been on a journey now since the summer, since we started working with dandelion, working with astrology, working with mind magic and mind wave spells, to really go through a process of self-inquiry, working with the inner physician, as my good old buddy Paul Strode used to call it. And I love that idea, working with the inner physician, which is really another way of saying working with my own quantum medicine technology. You know, this spacesuit, this meat bag that goes by the name of Davyd Farrell in this life is really actually, as it turns out, and I came to realize through deep inner work over the last few years, really a vessel for millions of beings to go about their business and help me navigate the 3D world. So I'm super grateful to all of the beings in my body, including my organs and my blood cells, and well, everything really. Everything has a consciousness and a spirit. And so one of the aspects of the work here at QPH is to start showing people that we are quantum ourselves. We are quantum technology. And the more that we start to work with our inner physician, the more we realize that we don't need to give ourselves over to other people telling us how to manage ourselves better than we should be able to ourselves, which, if you think about it, really is quite a strange thought. And of course, people specialize in being medics or physicians. But as I've come to understand from the plants, is really with their help. First of all, I came to realize that all the medicine that I need is either growing in my garden or in the hedge near my garden, or in the forest nearby. So I really don't have to go to any drugstores or pharmacies or anything like that to buy my medicine. I have it at my disposal. And the more that we work with nature, the more that we realize that our internal medicine itself, our gut biome, actually talks with the microbial soil beings. And so there is this conversation going on all the time between ourselves and nature. Now, the problem is that most people are not aware of this, or they're so, how to say, contaminated or distorted or manipulated, all of which has no judgment attached to it, because that's the nature of humanity. And that is the process that we're now coming out of, is the state of confusion, delusion, and not being able to see who we truly are. So this series of emotions, which I've talked about before, and you can see the videos both here on the YouTube channel and the QPH website as well. Really, I've talked about the sequence and why, but just to reiterate, Dandelion was really all about getting centered, getting into our hearts, getting connected to our higher minds, understanding that the only moment that truly exists is the present moment and now, but also working at a deep level with the medicine to cleanse our liver, reduce any toxic emotions that may be in there. Anger is one that often comes up with the liver, etc. But Dandelion's a super friendly guy, and one of his main aspects really is also to show us about the nature of time. And when we work with him, we understand that everything is in divine timing. We're then guided to work with the Artemisias, very, very powerful transformational plants that really help us to clean the terrain. We can call our own energetic field, our aura, our energy system, the terrain. It's a phrase and idea that's gathering a lot more pace these days, and it's one that I like, looking at our energy field as a terrain where we can work with things that come into our terrain and be released before maybe they affect our physical body, which is often where we get dis-ease or illness. Actually, in my work, most of it is really preventative medicine, so that if I encounter the energetic counterpart that is going to make me sick, which is often an emotional trauma or something attached to an emotional trauma, then I can work at the energetic level to remove that. And that's what people come to me and ask me for help with. But we've come to a point now where we're dealing with so much toxicity that I'm unable to actually keep up with the amount of people that need help from me. And so we've developed here at the QPH team and headquarters a series of protocols, which I'm going to come to just in a second, which is really the continuation of the immersion work. So the Artemisias helped us to see where there was stuff that no longer served us. The Elder Mother really went into that a little bit more, but also asked us, who are we? What is our truth? And as we did that immersion, many of us realized that we were having problems speaking our truth, a lot of throat stuff, a lot of coughing and mucus, and actually pretty widespread in the immersion, which was kind of interesting. So we were guided to then work with the yarrow plant, Achillea millefolium, which is really great for working with the throat chakra and for many other reasons too, but really helping to clear that out so that we could speak our truth. We then came to the final piece, which was the yew tree, which we did over the Christmas period, including solstice, the new moon, the Capricorn new moon, and the return of the light. And that was really powerful. And the sequence took us from being grounded and centered, aligned, clean with the Artemisias, becoming the hollow bones, starting to get into the idea of our toroidal field with the elder, or the elder mother as we like to call her, getting our throat chakra clear so that we can speak our truth and receive information through our psychic chakra before we express it into the world, and then coming to the yew tree. And the yew tree really is the world tree. It's Yggdrasil, it's the tree of eternity, the God tree, but it's also very how to say, energetically representational of the toroidal fields. And that's really one of the things that we're going to be sharing in this this quantum plant upgrade, is about the nature of our own personal toroidal fields, and how by working with plants like Angelica and the yew and other plants in the chakra system, we can actually hold at the soul star and the earth star level our chakras there, and then within that space we create this toroidal field, basically a self-regenerating toroidal field. And this, we believe, as we've been shown by the plants and as we've experienced personally, is how we start to navigate the new earth terrain. We are going to be individuated drops in the collective ocean, and we're going to be able to be conscious of ourselves as that individuated drop, but also how we connect to the collective without having to compromise our own sovereignty, our own space. And so the yew tree, but all of the world trees, are going to show us how to do that. So this is the backstory. Where we're at right now is that we've been shown with the help of some of our plant allies that it's time to upgrade our DNA. And we've realized that some of us, not all, it seems, but some of us anyway, have been carrying incoherent or corrupted DNA that have actually kept us in certain cycles or loops, and possibly even attracting energies that we don't necessarily want in our life anymore, that no longer serve us. So we've developed a protocol, or series of protocols actually. First of all, working at the DNA level with plants like dandelion, but also fireweed and horsetail and many others. And then through that series of protocols, upgrading our energy field, and then instructing our higher self, working with these plants to introduce new aspects to our DNA that are actually going to keep out the ever-increasing levels of toxicity that we are now perceiving. We've reached a critical point, and it's time we take action, because if we don't, then things are going to get a little sticky. And as always, we know when working from a high mind, fifth dimensional perspective, there is a solution to everything. So that is what we want to offer anyway, as our offering in this process is a way to not only cleanse the toxicity out through a series of steps that we can show you how to do, but also by working with certain plants. And it's not essential to have done the plant immersions, but if you have done all of that work already, then this new advanced level, we can say, of quantum plant technology that's coming to us, and actually we're receiving a lot more almost day by day at the moment as this shift really gathers pace. And I would suggest that in the last week or so, particularly since last week, actually, the energy since the 13th seems to have shifted really powerfully. And we now have the astrology that everything's starting to go forward. Mars has already gone stationary direct, and Mercury is going to in a day or so as well. And so we've got the energy of go, go, go. But if we try to go and somehow we've got our legs tied together, or we haven't done our work because we haven't fully opened up our energy field, then it's going to be a little difficult. And if we've got contamination or distortion, or somehow we've got misaligned, which is something that we've seen a lot of in the last week, particularly at the chakra level, is it's going to be difficult for us to really harness that fifth dimensional energy down into 3D and manifest the visions that we want. So you can find out more about this quantum plant upgrade over at quantumplanthealing.com, but also at the same time, we've been working on this for a while, and this is also in response to questions that many of you have been asking, really, which is like, when are we going to start teaching in person again? Many people wanting direct one-to-one teaching in person or in retreat space, and we have now moved into this amazing space here in Mexico called El Molino, which is going to be our quantum plant medicine school of the future, but it's not ready yet, and it's not going to be ready for a little while. And so in the meantime, we want to continue to help people. I want to continue to be able to teach people. I do offer one-to-one mentoring services as well as clearing services, or I'm kind of booked up for quite a while at the moment, but please do feel free to reach out still. But for many people who want to learn how to do more of this, we've now set up a quantum membership program at the QPH website. For just $21 a month, you will be able to gain access not only to specialized talks, particularly each month around different plants. There will be a focus plant each month, similar to how we focus during the immersions. There's also going to be a series of beneficial discounts off the immersion prices, which is already super affordable anyway. And then we're also going to be introducing a new piece from our global quantum plant tribe, which came into being during the Artemisia immersion. And we now have key anchor points and contacts in quite a few different locations across the world. So we can help all of you people stepping into our world to get access to medicines, to essences, to tinctures, to teas, and even just to meet like-minded people. We have very strong groups in Britain, and Canada, and America, and Australia, and also here in Mexico, and increasingly in different parts of the world too, including South Africa, for example. So this is a new monthly program that we're offering, which will also include a new once-a-month quantum plant tribe a pulse program. So people from the group who've emerged during the immersions, people who are astrologers, tarot card readers, artists, we're going to be gathering each month and sharing as a group those different modalities in a way that can benefit everybody, but also keeps building this idea of a global plant community. So there is a lot more information on the QPH website that you can find out, both about the quantum plant upgrade and also the new quantum membership program. And if you take out, there's a very, very special offer. If you take out the annual membership reduced price, then we're also including the quantum plant upgrade, which is currently priced at $90 for that series of protocols. That's included for free. So a great offer there to really maximize. And Also, you know, we've created a quantum plant forum on the website. So there's lots of easy ways to communicate with people. You can share links, pictures, contacts. We'll have talking points, and particularly around some of the videos that will be reduced, not reduced, that will be released rather into the groups on the website. So there's going to be a lot of content, and also this is a way to share the information. You know, a lot of information comes to me all the time at the quantum level, how to deal with things, how to come up with solutions that help keep our energy fields clean. And if we keep our energy fields clean, and you know, our daily routine is balanced and harmonized, then a lot of these more heavy energies and anxieties and maybe even misalignments that are happening or could be happening to you, you're going to have a set of instructions how to deal with them in the same way that we're dealing with them. And for sure, speaking from personal experience, the last couple of weeks has been real bumpy, and there are many reasons for that, but as always, there's always a solution as well. And as long as we keep rising above the levels of toxicity, we're going through what we call hashtag forced evolution, which is meaning that we're being pushed. Everything that is going on, even if it seems dark, and dastardly sometimes, the light is always working through the dark and always trying to elevate us. And Mother Earth is already in her ascension shifting process, and she really wants as many of us to go with her as possible. And the biggest thing that we can do is to take responsibility for ourselves. And if we do at the energetic level, then really and truly, that, particularly as we saw in the Artemisia immersions, is like when 100 people do that, they all do the same process, whoosh, that goes into the collective like the 100th monkey effect. And so just by one of us doing it, we have the effect for ourselves and everybody around us. But if we collectively, 100 or more of us do it, then it goes into the collective energies. And so, you know, also within the context of those protocols, we're going to be showing you how to work with the toroidal fields, and also giving some indications about how we already within the QPH global tribe working with plant dragon lines, all of which can be understood more if you go back and do the Artemisia immersions. And also if you want any little tasters around some of the material from the Artemisias, you can also watch some really interesting astrological pieces that I did with Kelly Hunter here to do with things like the Artemisias and Black Moon Lilith. So super interesting, fusing plants and astrology and Mayan magic into a co-creative process with the galaxy, with Mother Earth, with ourselves, with the ancestors, so that we can really now start to get better, wake up, see what the hell is going on in the world for ourselves, and with all of that information really start to coalesce it into a clear place so that we can manifest whatever it is that we want for ourselves and the world that we want to be in. So thank you everyone for listening again. Hope that was interesting and gives some more clarity about what's going on at the world of quantum plant healing, as many of you are often asking out and reaching. Has been a little quiet on the podcast. Apologies for that, particularly for those of you who've been missing Web of Weird. It's been a choppy process the last month or so, and we're now coming out the other side. And so you can expect to see a lot more of the regular shows from myself here on the YouTube channel as well. So hope to see you at Quantum Plant Healing. Please do check it out. We also have a free membership program there as well, which has its own benefits. You can also join at that level. And for sure, just get involved. If plants are your thing and you want to get to New Earth and you want to be quantum, then this is what we're offering. And we hope that it can help you in the same way that it's helping us. So thank you everybody for listening. Take care. Ciao for now.